right, my QuickTime just quit killing all of these videos up here. So hopefully you're going to understand where all this came from by watching this example. And if not, of course, please ask me questions. So example 7 is just like example 6, except now I'm in radian mode, which I know because I see no degree sign and I'm going to 2 pi. So the first thing I'm going to do, go into my calculator, go into my mode, and switch it to radians. All right. Come back to the home screen. I'm going to clear it out. So sine ratio is negative. I know that happens in quadrants 3 and 4 because that's where my y values are negative. And this is about a half, so it's going to be similar to pi over 6 as my reference angle, but that's the first thing I'm going to want to find is what this acute angle, the reference angle, is. So the first thing I'm going to do is find a reference angle, and I'm going to do that using my calculator. So I'm going to say sine inverse, and I'm going to use the positive value to get the reference angle, so 0.5612, and I get 0.596. Notice that pi over 6, so it's just a little bit bigger than pi over 6, which makes sense because this is bigger than a half. So 0.5958, and I'm not going to round, and that's radians. I'm not rounding because this is not one of my answers. My answers are in quadrant 3 and quadrant 4, so greater than pi and just less than 2 pi. So theta 1 is going to be pi plus my reference angle. Theta 2 is going to be 2 pi minus that reference angle. Remember, this acute angle is my reference angle. So now I'm going to go to my calculator, and now I'm going to round my answers. So I'm going to use my store function. I'm going to take this first value I calculated. I'm going to store that as a. And now I'm going to do pi plus a. And I'm also going to calculate 2 pi minus a. All right, so these are the values I want, 3.74 and 5.69. So radians, 5.69 radians. I said that this was going to be bigger than pi, and it is, and less than 2 pi. All right, I'm going to try this again. Cosine is positive. My positive cosine ratios are quadrant 1 and quadrant 4. So my reference angle is going to be the same as my first angle. So I can just go ahead and do cos inverse. I know I'm not going to get an exact value, so I'm going to change this. So cos inverse of 0.6, 0.927, or 0.93 radians. And my theta 2 value, actually I'm going to give that 3 significant figures. Theta 2, that's going to be 2 pi minus theta 1, so that's exactly true. And then I'll round off 2 pi minus that previous answer, 5.36. All right, so that's finding all of the angles from 0 to 2 pi.